Who that family? Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform's store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and who that too.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Turnovers for Golden State that started very early in the ball game, and they get 39 points in the first quarter. It's just too much to overcome.
Yeah, I mean, the game was basically decided in the first quarter. After that, there were runs both ways. We did a good job in the third, getting back into it early, but then they made another run. We were just in too big a hole. Frustrating night, disappointing night. We got to come back tomorrow. Our part of it is, as coaches, give them a better, clearer plan, and then players have got to be locked in, and we've got to be better offensively, taking care of the ball. Defensively, we just can't give them everything. Steph gets 41, makes 8 threes. The rest of the team goes 9 for 26 from 3, which isn't awful. But then we give them all kinds of layups because we're trying to get out on Steph and stuff. And we talked about that before the game, but clearly didn't do a good job as coaches, weren't clear enough on our plan and gave up way, way too many layups trying to get out and take away his 3. So we've got to make some adjustments on that. That was it was a really poor game. I mean, we did a good job. I thought our guys kept fighting in the second half. I give them credit for that, but we just didn't play anywhere near well enough to beat that team.
Well, again, you mentioned too, Coach, you cut it to 6 in the third quarter, but then you got to look at the shots not going in. You got 5 made threes the entire night. They had 17.
Yeah. I mean, it's huge, but listen, there's nothing that we can do. As everybody's trying to make shots, there's nothing we can do about that. Giving up layups, turning the ball over, being more organized offensively, not giving up the cuts we gave up, all of those things are things we can take care of, Todd. So, that's where my focus goes. I mean, there's nobody trying to miss shots. So, yeah, I'd like more of them to go in. But to me, we should have been in that game regardless of the 5 for 25 from 3. We should have. We just didn't do enough and play the game well enough at either end. And, I mean, all of us, me included, maybe the most, have to take a large degree of responsibility for that. And it's frustrating in a big game like that to come out, especially in the first quarter, and play as poorly as we did.
I guess in a game of this magnitude, to kind of have that performance in the first quarter, I guess what was your message to the team after the game as far as what it's going to take to bounce back tomorrow?
Well, I mean, we've been a resilient team, so the first thing, it's going to take some resilience. You've got to come in ready to play. You got to be locked into, whatever we're going to do plan-wise, and we got to play a more solid game. I mean, we'll make some adjustments, but it's not like we got 2 days of practice here or anything, and we've got to be better. And we're usually good off the start, but our last two losses, Denver and tonight, were terrible first quarters where we were not ready to play. So I got to look at how much of that, was us, where we weren't clear enough in our plan. If guys are confused, it's hard to play well. We got to make some corrections and get back at it. It's all we can do now.
And for BI, only 11 field goal attempts tonight. Is that a matter of just him not being aggressive enough, or him not getting enough play calls for him? I guess what's the issue there for him tonight?
I'll look at that. I'm not really sure. We were talking about that after the game. I mean, I thought Wiggins defended him well. For one thing, I thought his pursuit on pick and rolls was good. I thought they came up with Draymond Green and got on him on his pick and rolls. But we'll take a look at that because, that's not enough shots for him, and that's something I have to look at.
Yeah, you just talked about, getting out on stuff in the first quarter and, the breakdowns that occurred because of that. Why do you think this team on defense this season has struggled so much when, you guys have to make longer rotations and deviate kind of from, dropping the bag?
Well, I think everybody has trouble when you have to do that. I mean, the more ground you have to cover, the harder the defense is. I mean, the more compact you can keep everything, the easier it is. So obviously some teams do it better than others. I'm not saying that. But everybody has more trouble if the thing gets spread out. I don't know anybody who has it easier when the floor gets spread out.
I mean, do you feel like your guys, understood what you guys were trying to do in the first quarter defensively?
Well, I'll have to look at that and see, and then you'd have to ask them. And then tomorrow, I think, is the only thing we can do anything about now, and we've got to be really, really clear on what we want to do.
And Lonzo finishes the night 3 of 18 from the field. What did you kind of see from the shots he was taking tonight?
He took some tough ones in the mid-range, but his threes were good looks. He just didn't make them. I mean, there's nights like that. Again, the shooting is there's no focus on that at all with me. My focus is the quality, take care of the ball and get more quality shots, get better ball movement, get our spacing better, and get BI involved more. I think that's where I'll focus on the offensive end of the floor, with the biggest thing being taking care of the ball.
And you can go ahead.
Sorry, gotcha. Hey, Stan Angergo from CBS in New Orleans. How much do you feel like Draymond's kind of stifled some of the flow of the offense tonight? I mean, did you feel like he had a significant impact?
Well, he always has a significant impact. He's a really good defender, and and he had 15 assists. And one of the things we wanted to try to do was limit his playmaking, and we didn't. And I think that was a key part of it. I think that's something that we've got to try to limit a little bit. And we were not able to do that at all tonight.
Thank you, Coach. We're all set.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Tuning in on this one. This one's called Pels knocked off by the Warriors 123-108 at home. Not good, to say the least. Not good at all. So I'd like to welcome the flock into this version of the Pelican post-game report. Please feel free to hit upon the subscribe button. Hit the damn like button. And I'm saying hit the damn like button. Hit it not because you like what the Pelicans are doing, because you like this show. Because the Pelicans ain't doing shit right now that nobody like, especially when they come down against the Golden State Warriors. DC, this game, man, we were supposed to put on a lot better outing than whatever this was, man. And
we was supposed
got
to.
Close. You're at home. You got back-to-back matchups with the Golden State Warriors. The playoffs is on the line. I don't understand it stands is it to a degree. The man's been here for 60 plus games yelling the same stuff. I don't understand what they're not getting. You have to play defense to win. You got 7 or 8 games remaining.
Man, Stan told them
playoffs. What the hell, man?
They had him wide up on the sideline. You know how they come in from the timeout and he be wide up. And Stan told him, he said, "Come on, guys, we got to move the ball from side to side, and we got to get there. We're missing our layups, but we're going into a crowd. We're going into a crowd of guys. We got to stop doing that." They came from the timeout cue, and
Right.
literally the next play. Well, I don't know if it was Zion. I guess Zion kind of get a pass. Literally went up against like 4 people, like right after Stan said that. I was like, damn.
Oh, damn, bro.
They ain't listening to nothing Stan be saying sometimes. I don't
We
know.
got to get these damn guys out here.
Lonzo wasn't looking at him. Everybody looked disinterested. But they they was getting blowed out by then. But I mean, man, what can I say, bro? The Pelicans folded like a cheap tent in the rain, bro. They folded like a maid on laundry day. You know what I'm saying? They folded like a fat person sitting in a Dollar General chair, bro. I mean, it was just horrific. It was hard to watch. I can't believe I made it through the whole game, bro. I think if wouldn't have got no sleep last night, I probably wouldn't have made it through the game, bro. This is pretty bad. But they have a pattern of this. We know to kind of, I guess, be leery or kind of think about this possibly happening because every time the Pelicans play prime time, bro, what we had 1 game we won with the big lights on. The rest of them we probably got dusted. You know what I'm saying? I know we had that game against Milwaukee. Did we play prime time with Denver? We might have beat Denver in prime time, but I don't know what it is about these prime time games, man. I don't know. Maybe Antonio Daniels and Joe Myers like little rabbit foot or something, bro. I don't know. As soon as they have a prime time game, bro, it's bombs away for the other team, and we didn't expect them to stop Steph Curry, but I didn't think they would just give guys clear paths to the lane either. I mean, I understand some of that is Steph, but man, I couldn't count the amount of open layups and dunks, bro. It's just out of hand.
Yeah, it's pathetic, man. It's effort. And Van Gundy, I mean, we could say, well, they don't want to listen to Stan Van Gundy, but listen, it's about winning. And the guys telling you to play defense, and the guys are getting walk-up layups. They leaving guys wide open. People not watching their men. They look discombobulated and confused. And it's just amazing how just it's effort, man. It takes effort, and we have to be able to have some heart and some effort, man. We got to fight for what's in there. We got to fight. And Zion doing his best little thing to keep the team relevant. But my goodness, man, it's a lot of bum ass mentality. I just don't like with this team. Lazy, dumb ass defense. That it's just it's same stuff. And that's like, okay, what are we gonna do here? Are you just gonna fade in obscurity? Because let me tell you something. If they don't make the plan, Lonzo Ball ain't coming back here. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Why would they bring him back to pay him $20 million? I mean, it helps him if they get into the plan. I mean, this team is too talented for them to be this stupid defensively. I mean, and then them shitty, dumbass 3-point attempts. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You're not going.
Well, Big Q, I hate to bust that bubble, but it wasn't just defensively tonight because
I know, bro.
I knew something was
getting
wrong in that same wide video while they had Stan mic'd up. And guess what Stan was talking about? Stan was talking about offense. I said, oh, my God. It is really messed up when Stan has reverted to talking about offense, bro. It must be bad. We missed so many open layups, so many shots at the rim, you know what I'm saying? Wide open 3-point shots. I mean, I seen Eric Bledsoe had about 2 or 3 chances at wide open shots. He was so gun shy, he didn't even shoot it. They passed him the ball. He was wide open. Eric Bledsoe passed the ball to somebody else. I said, damn, you're wide open. But it's just one of them games, man. I don't know if they just assumed the Warriors was gonna come in here and lay an egg or something, or maybe they started celebrating too early. I know Lonzo had an interview talking about his next step is to be an all-star and all that, after he had his 30-point game. So I don't know, he might have been feeling himself a little too much. Maybe got away from his routine. I don't know, man. But the
I
only
mean,
person that looked consistent in kind of themselves was Zion. Everybody else, man, they kind of played down way lower than you would expect from them.
yeah, this was a tough one for me. I was watching it on my second screen while I was doing the coma earlier today, and I was like, man, Steph Curry walking down, step up 3-pointers, walking right into his 3-point shot, and like you just seen getting around screens, and look at us get. I mean, it's just and Zion got the block right there. But far and few in between, man. I mean, my goodness, man. My goodness on this. So let me go ahead on and get on through this one. I don't even much want to look at the highlights on this one. I mean, it was low lights, to be honest with you.
Pretty much.
But I mean, it's just sad, man, to be honest with you. Watching them play like this. I mean, it's just stupid defensive play. And of course, offense wasn't there. At least you can hang your hat on them to a degree when it comes down to the offense. I mean, but not tonight, DC. Not tonight.
You can't play horrible defense and horrible offense, man. I mean, that's wow. Like, what you do with that, bro? They don't have special teams in basketball. Like, I mean, that's pretty much all it is. You got to get one of them sides figured out. But they couldn't get right tonight, man. They couldn't do nothing. Lonzo Ball took a lot of shots, didn't have it going. I mean, I don't understand how he took that many shots. And what was going on with Bi, man? I mean, the one game I'd have been all right with Bi jacking up a bunch of shots. Even if he just trying to go at him, I thought it would have been the night. Like your team, really needed you.
He disappeared.
I don't get it, man. I mean, he was pretty efficient when he did decide to shoot. I don't know, man. I guess try to stick to the plan, play team ball, get everybody involved. But I kind of wish Bi would have took the amount of shots Lonzo took tonight, man. I mean, I don't know if it would have changed the outcome, but we probably would have had a little more get up and go about ourselves. I'm sure we would have scored more points. Because I don't want to see the Pelicans lose, but I mean, we can't lose like this, man. This is just bad. This is unwatchable. You know what I'm saying? Like you just rolling over. I mean, the Warriors got up by 20 or so in the first quarter, and then they kind of maintained that for the whole game. I mean, they kept it at about 10 or 12 points for damn near the whole game, and it would balloon up to 20. We get it down to 7 or 8, and they put it right back where it was at.
Everything that they have everything that it takes, except for obviously the will to play as a team to win. I mean, and even when opportunities present themselves for people to step up and make plays, I mean, Ingram had a very pedestrian 19 points in this game, man. Very pedestrian 19, while Zion was doing his best to carry the team with 32. Lonzo disappeared awfully in this game. He had 3 of 18 shooting. He was 1 of 9. I'm going to get into the statistics individually. Let's cover the team stuff first. 39 of 90 for the Pelicans, 43.3%. Problem is the Golden State Warriors shot 10 percentage points better than you did from the field. 47 of 88 with fewer tries, 53.4. And then, of course, they destroyed the Pelicans, shooting 12 more three-point shots than the Pelicans did. They were 17 of 44 for 38.6%. Shooting the ball from downtown. Pelicans were awful 5 of 25. And, the 12 of 14 from the charity spot for the Warriors. 25 of 32 for the Pelicans for 78% from the charity stripe. Pelicans did out-rebound them. 31 assists. Warrior was circulating the ball pretty good. Pelicans with a miserable 20 assists in that one. 9 steals versus 6 advantage Warriors. 8-4 on blocks advantage Warriors. Pelicans had 17 turnovers with 29 points off of turnovers. Warriors had 15 turnovers, 17 points off the turnovers. Fast break points, Warriors won that one as well, 23-14. Pelicans got the point in the paint battle, 60-54. But ultimately, 25 points is the largest time at the lead that they were leading. Pelicans not once in this game led. DC individual statistics that stand out to you. I'm looking at them 3-pointers, man.
Nah, not to me. The biggest stat I see up there is right on top of the 3-pointers. 53% shooting from the field. You know what I'm saying? Warriors wasn't missing, bro.
12 more 3-pointers than you?
Yeah, but I mean, that's because of us. You look on the other side. Look at that 5 for 25 right there.
I know, 12 more 3-pointers.
17 3-pointers from the Warriors. I mean, out of 44, I could live with that. The Warriors are going to shoot a lot of threes, and they shoot 44 of them, and you hold them to 17. It ain't the best, but I could live with that. I done seen nights where they shot 50% from the line, from the free throw line. 3-point line. So I could live with that, man. To me, it was the 3-pointers ain't what killed us. I mean, obviously Steph was doing this thing. It was all those back cuts, man, and just wide open layups that from breakdowns. That's what was killing us. I mean, we started the game off with like 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? It just killing us, man. Zion and Lonzo couldn't get it going, man. I've never seen so many alley-oop attempts for Zion in my life that were not completed. It had to be about 5 or 6 of them a night, where they was throwing them up alleys and trying to give him the ball like that, man, and it was ending in turnovers. I've never seen that before, so I didn't really look at the Warriors today as a defensive team. Obviously, we know what they were capable of when they were a dynasty, but I mean, they were playing us pretty good defensively, man. Andrew Wiggins was actually doing a good job on Brandon Ingram, too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're right, Mr. 100. Lonzo did get a lot of wide open shots, and he had to take them shots. I just wish B.I. would have forced the issue more, man. I mean, when you see a team struggling like that and you can't get it going, like, sometimes you just got to make things happen. I mean, that's what Zion was trying to do. He was forcing the issue a little bit. I mean, for Zion, he had an off game. He was 12 for 24, 50%. That's an off game for Zion.
This is true. I mean, that would be stellar numbers for most people on this team. Not for Zion, who led the way, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 37 minutes, 32 points, 12 of 24, 0 for 2 from downtown, 8 from 11 from the charity stripe. B.I., who's the co-star, 19 points, a very pedestrian 19 in 35 minutes, 5 of 11 shooting, 1 of 4 from downtown, 8 of 8 from the charity stripe, 19 points, 4 assists, a couple of rebounds. And then, of course, no real help from our backcourt. I mean, no real help there at all. Eric Bledsoe, you've seen the footage. He was just getting dogged and ragtagged by Steph Curry all game long. I mean, it's just sad. And looking at Lonzo, 7 points tonight in 38 minutes. He was 3 of 18. 3 of 18 from the field, 1 of 9 from downtown. 7 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 4 turnovers. So Lonzo wasn't effective tonight scoring the ball. 11 points for Bledsoe in 33 minutes. He was 4 of 7, 1 of 2, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. 11 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds in 33 minutes. Billy Hernan Gomez had 10 points and 7 rebounds in 25 minutes. Off the bench, top scorer with Najee Marshall in 27 minutes. He finished with 12.6 rebounds, 6 points for Johnson in 16 minutes. For James Johnson, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Nothing else going on. 9 points from Jackson Hayes in 14 minutes. He was 4-4, finished with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal in the contest, but he did have 3 turnovers. Nothing else going on, KLJ, and garbage time really didn't help out off the bench as well. If you look at what the Golden State Warriors did, Steph Curry lit them up. 41 points, 8 assists in 35 minutes of action, 14 of 26 from the field. He was 8 of 18 from downtown, 26 from Wiggins. He tossed in 26 to help keep it going as well.
Man, Wiggins put 26
Wiggins
Wow.
had 26 in the matchup. That really hurt. And then, of course, off the bench, you had a couple of double-digit scores that helped out. Draymond had 10 points and 15 assists with 13 rebounds. Draymond finished with a triple-double against the Pelicans. 10 points, 13 rebounds, and 15 assists for Draymond. So, I mean, the 123 to 108, they blast the Pelicans in this one. And unfortunately, we got to see this team again tomorrow. DC, thoughts individually speaking, what you like?
I don't like none of it because we lost. But looking at it, Zion played, pretty good, man. I mean, he actually was playing defense. He was playing as if he knew we needed this game. Like, I seen intensity from him. A lot of other guys, man, it's just, I don't know. It's just like we just woke up and we didn't play with that fire or that intensity we had the other games, man. I mean, ain't really a lot to like here, especially looking at the stats. I mean, you got Zion, he had 32. He got 8 rebounds, assists, 2 blocks. You know what I'm saying? That's decent. Not probably, was the best player on our team tonight. The knock you're going to have on him was, trying to force the issue a little bit. Racked up some turnovers. Usually he's extremely efficient, especially with that too. Missed a few free throws, but the man got 32, and they was trying their hardest to not let him get any points. So they played Bi tough, but they played Zion the toughest, and he still came out with 32. You know what I'm saying? 32 and 8. So I thought that was probably the only thing we got to hang our hat on, man. I'm not about to go through the rest of these stats because it ain't nothing there to be happy about. Like, I just get mad looking at Bi stats. He only took 11 shots. I understand we want him to kind of facilitate the ball and get everybody involved. Yeah. We call him I never called him a ball hog. I just thought he took unintelligent shots at the wrong time. But we kind of complain when he jack up shots, but I damn sure don't want to see him fade into oblivion and only take 11 shots. That ain't what I was saying. And honestly, he's been playing pretty good other than that game where he only had 3 field goals. He's been playing pretty efficient. So to see him only take 11 shots, and I thought he kind of looked decent tonight. I don't get that, why he was so unaggressive. But you got to look at Stan too, because I remember a couple of times where Stan talked about working so hard to get Zion involved, and he looked up and Brandon Ingram only had 4 or 5 shots at the half. So I mean, maybe some of that could be play calling. I don't know, but not happy with it. So the rest of the stats, you just kick rocks with that shit, Big Q. There ain't nothing there to be impressed by unless we gonna talk about the damn Warriors and how Steph Curry put 41 points on our head, bro. A recurring theme. All the premier perimeter players come here and they just be licking their chops, bro, salivating. We play the Pelicans. Yes. Steph Curry probably was practicing what he was gonna say after the game, before the game started.
Yeah, this wasn't a good performance at all. Hopefully tomorrow it'll turn into better performances. The good thing about this loss is the fact that we got a game right tomorrow, so we could turn around and get this corrected and show something, because they most certainly can't lose the next one against this team. They got to take 2 or 3 against them, so they don't have no choice.
Man, Willie cut it out, bro. Willie cut up in the chat.
Zion Williamson, 27 a game, 61.6 shooting from the field. Steph Curry is the top man, 31.3, 48.6 on the field, 91.6 free throw shooter. Leads his squad. Draymond is the top assist man. The rebounder with 7 a game. Steven Adams with just 9 points a game. Top assist man is Draymond, 8.6. Lonzo just under 6 per contest. You see, Kelly Oubre didn't play. Pasquale didn't play in this, but didn't need him. Pelicans still without Dede. And Steven Adams are listed as out for tomorrow. Interesting there. Golden State averaged 113, giving up 113, 46.5. Shooting from the field, almost 43 rebounds a game, 27.5 on the assists. 4.8 on the blocks, 8.3 on the steals. Winners of 2 in a row now. They're 6-4 the last 10. Pelicans 115.3 points scoring, giving up 115.1, 48.2 on the field goal percentage, 47.1 rebound, 26.2, 4.4 on the blocks, 7.5 on the steals. Pelicans just can't get it right. Losers tonight, 4-6 the last 10. And like I said, the Pelicans 123-108. They lose to the Warriors. 2 games left, 1 tomorrow, 1 on the 14th. We can't afford to lose these matchups. We got to respond in kind and come into the DC. We got to take care of business against this squad. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We can't lose back-to-back matchups with the team, man. What you think about that?
I think you're exactly right, man. Even if just for the sake of just pride, man, even if We not, but if we were mathematically eliminated from the play, and I still think you just can't let a team come in there and beat you back to back. You know what I'm saying? And just take your heart like that. And I don't think they will. I think the Pelicans will show up. They have a thing where it's almost like, you know, what they call it, like you're a glutton for punishment. Like it's like the Pelicans like to get punched in the face so they could come back and play better. I don't know. They constantly need constant reminders of this is what losing feels like. You don't like this. It hurts, doesn't it? And then they come out the next game and they play a lot better. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, things changed. And then they go for a couple of games and then they do the same thing again. So they're still going through the motions, man. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, brother. The whole season been the hokey poke. They've been doing the hokey pokey and turning themselves around all season. So this ain't nothing new. So I think they're gonna come out with the lights a lot dimmer. People not expecting them to win, and they're gonna beat the Warriors like they always do with us. Like soon as you think it's over, they say nah ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying, and then go ahead and get a victory on you.
That was terrible.
Well, you go ahead and do it then. You the man of many voices, bro. I'm sure you can do it a lot better than me.
I was just messing with you, bro. All right, here's the depth chart right here. As you see, Steph Curry, Wiggins put on the show tonight. Bazemore filled in for Kelly Oubre. That wasn't there. Draymond Green, Kevon Looney. Now we will see these same guys tomorrow in the building again. DC, what happens? What changes? Are we going to do what we did against Portland earlier this year when we had back-to-back matchups against the Trailblazers and we couldn't get not one of them goddamn games? We can't play around with this team this time around. We don't have that many games. We can't drop 2 of 3 matchups against Golden State when they're right ahead of us in the playoff chase. We've got to be able to beat this Golden State Warriors team the next few stands. And then, of course, DC, back-to-back matchups with the Golden State Warriors in the Smoothie King Center. 1 loss. Tomorrow's dead. And then guess what? They hit the road, that tough-ass road trip to end the season with Philly, Charlotte, Memphis, Dallas, and then Golden State, and then you come home for the Lakers. So I mean, what? This is going to be really tough, man. And we can't continue to have these stupid, lowbrow ass matchups, unintelligent basketball, sloppy, garbage, crappy, nasty, funky ass basketball against teams that's ahead of us in this playoff race. We continue to fall through the flow. No urgency, no sense of urgency. BI like he on a Prozac smoothie. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. It's utterly ridiculous. Even if you don't like Stan Van Gundy, your sorry ass should still want to win. I mean, even if you don't like Van Gundy, and if people saying, well, they don't like Van Gundy, Q, if they don't like Van Gundy, you should still want to win. So despite what Van Gundy's saying, you should still be out there giving it an effort to try to win games. You ain't got that many games left.
See, I do feel like it's on the players, Big Q.
It's on both of them, but I'm saying
wait,
the head off.
Wait. This is what I think's going on. I think they actually tried to do what Van Gundy's telling them. And then they go out there and they tried. Listen.
Ain't no way in the world,
Listen. They go out there.
I don't want to listen.
This man here. They go out there and they try to do what he's saying.
I don't want to hear.
And when it doesn't work, I think they start, sliding away from it a little bit. Or they don't understand at the second level what he's saying. All right, so I'm gonna run this guy off 3-point line, or I'm gonna go over screen here, boo, boo, boo. But the second level of what you're supposed to do, which maybe he ain't explaining properly, they just look like they get lost. Like I don't think these guys are stupid. Like it's just a matter of them not understanding what they're supposed to be doing. And I think just like I told you when we talk about the Saints, like, and remember when our defense was horrible, and we see guys like lack of effort and stuff, and we had those horrible defensive coordinators. I'm like, man, how do you feel? You go out there when the coach call a play, and you walk into the damn line, they ain't even set the football down, and you know this damn play ain't gonna work. We know this ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody on the defense. Like, damn, we did this last time. This shit didn't work. Coach want us to do it again. You know what I'm saying? So I think some of it might be that, and they try to go about it in their own way and give it an effort, because a lot of times I actually see them trying, but they just always running all over the place like a chicken with their head cut off, man. Just no direction, no understanding, low basketball IQ of the defensive scheme they're supposed to be running, in my opinion.
Low basketball IQ, the defensive scheme and offensive scheme tonight. They got ran out the gym in their own building.
The offensive scheme tonight, but a lot of times on offense we're able to put it together. It's usually defense that's our Achilles heel.
I feel like
you don't like BI.
That ain't it, man. I that's not what's going on, bro.
What is it?
I just tired of DC
Big
talking
Q?
all that mess.
Huh?
I'm tired of DC talking all that mess.
What mess?
Talking all that mess. Talk about, well, Q this, that, the third. Man, stop collecting checks, DC.
Who? All right. If I'm collecting a check, please
I'm messing with you, bro.
I'm just that's cool, but I'm trying to find out who the hell signed that check, because I kind of threw everybody under the bus on that one.
You didn't throw Bledsoe under the bus?
Yes, I did.
When
I talked about putting it on the players. He a player, ain't he?
All right, listen, seriously, bro. Listen. Let's just
he out there getting dropped by Steph Curry. Steph Curry that made him fall and stuff. He out there putting his foot in the wrong place, looking stupid. Then they hit a three in his face and then start laughing at him.
He fell on his ass, got up and still fouled the man. He still hit the shot in his face and ran down. I mean, it's like watching PJ Williams and Ken Crawley get burned by.
Bledsoe had a rough go of it tonight, bro. He looked all discombobulated for most of the night, man.
And then in your face, sooner or later you got to get pissed off and say, "Man, I got to get my ass together here." It's none of that's like he's supposed to get messed over. That's what it is. His destiny as a Pelican is to take the aggression of everybody else, to take the offensive, defensive aggression of the family members that point at Bledsoe almost on a nightly basis and say Bledsoe ain't shit at the point guard position. Why is Van Gundy still running his sorry ass out there? I mean, but it ain't just Bledsoe. It's a combination of a lot of stuff. We having issues. Now, people talk about Van Gundy, but doesn't Van Gundy have a coaching staff? So it's not just Van Gundy. It's also the assistant coaches. You might not like Van Gundy, but you got to like Freddie V. You got to like Teresa Witherspoon or Corey Brewer and the rest of these people. You've got to like them some kind of way. If you want them to keep their goddamn job, you better get up off your ass and make something happen. So if you don't like Van Gundy and like playing for Van Gundy, play for Freddie V. Play for the rest of the coaches. But you're saying, well, they in Port Q, they understand 1 and 2, but they don't get 3. And I'm like, it's 60 games, DC. You're a professional. How do you how many different iterations of what he's saying that they can't pick up on? And he ain't saying shit too complicated. He ain't trying to train them to be a bunch of astrophysicists, a bunch of Neil deGrasse Tysons. He ain't trying to teach you to do that. He's trying to tell you to stay in front of your man and make switches when you're supposed to. Play help side defense. Circulate the ball if you need to. Hit free throws. Play defense. Respect the ball. That's too hard for our players to get? Must be the case because
apparently
consistently they're failing every night, and then a lowbrow loss tonight, even though you circulating and facing these final few games. Look at this fucking schedule here, man. Look at it. Golden State again tomorrow night. Then you hit the roll on the 7th for Philly. And you get Charlotte after that, and LaMelo's back in that game. You got Memphis who playing ahead of you. You got Dallas ahead of you. You got Golden State and then the Los Angeles Lakers. Ain't nothing easy about that, and ain't no time for no whining, crappy, garbage, backwards ass basketball right now. You done lost as many games as you're gonna lose. You can't keep losing games. Now I can feel better about a matchup where you lost by 2 or 3 points, but you was playing your ass on. Not a blowout, and you know you need this game against Golden State. They're ahead of you. You can't lose these matchups to Golden State. You need to win these so you jostling for position to get in. So, I mean, it's just how many different iterations of defense do the man got to keep telling you? If it's Van Gundy now, that's why you got a goddamn coaching staff. If you can't, if Van Gundy...
I never hear them talking, Big Q. All I hear is Van Gundy. Blowing hard through that damn mess.
Teresa Witherspoon is talking to them people, man. She a champion and one of the best female basketball players to ever play the game. Then you have people like Corey Brewer. You got Freddie Vincent, who people love Freddie
I ain't
Vincent
never
on the
seen. Well, I
squad.
don't even be seeing Corey Brewer, man. Why they be hiding him in the back?
So I mean, like
He back there with Trajan, huh?
he washing jerseys. And that's what he doing. But listen, the thing is this: if you don't like Van Gundy, at least play to win. Play to win the game. You must like winning, right? I mean, come on. You can find something to motivate yourself if it's not the playoffs. If I'm a professional, I want to get to the playoffs. And you see Zion out there busting his ass,
He
trying to
definitely
will the
won't get
team,
there.
trying to will the team to win, and then the rest of these guys sitting on their ass in the malaise somewhere. And Bledsoe, he's literally the antithesis of shitty playing. When you think about 2021 and shitty Pelican play, the first person that pop in my mind is Eric freaking garbage
Big Q.
bleeding soul running around out there scared to take shots.
Eric Bledsoe was on a fast break, bro. They had like 2 or 3 people right there. He went to attack the rim. He jumped up. There was nobody there to pass it to. And he didn't attempt a shot or nothing. He tipped the ball back to himself and ran out of bounds. I said, what the hell?
I would have said,
What the hell
I would have
is
said,
that?
Eric, come here, bro. Come here. Get your sorry smell ass over there on the bench. Get out of here. And then after this, you cut. Get your shit, and we gonna settle on you and get you up out of here. That man don't want to be here, DC.
I don't understand Van Gundy. Like one game, he'll play Eric Bledsoe about 23, 24 minutes. He'll start the game with him, right? And he'll put Najee Marshall in. And then Bledsoe will come back in, get his burn again, and then he'll close out with Najee Marshall. I thought that would be great. But apparently, we couldn't keep doing that, bro. And it's like he has these games out the blue where he might give you 17, 18 points, you know what I'm saying, or get a hot night shooting from 3.
Far and few in between, DC. Far and few in between.
They are. You probably could count on your hands. Yeah, on your hands. It was probably about I'm guessing maybe about 9 of them. You know,
and then you was taking checks from them and trying to help them out, and that still ain't work.
Man, you Willie and everybody else in the chat, y'all handing out my cash app and shit. Keep talking about Eric Bledsoe cutting me checks, man. Look, if Bledsoe,
I can't slam him tonight, Q.
I didn't
Remember
say
that?
nothing.
Remember that?
Well,
Remember that?
man, you got to try some different shit. We set up here.
How you gonna not slam the man? He playing crap at DC. I mean, how you not?
The night I
slam him?
said I wasn't gonna slam him, he ain't played that bad. But we set
That
up here.
bad.
Well, I mean, shit. When Eric Bledsoe play average, we'd be all excited.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question: when you think about shitty 2021 Pelican play, what's the first person that come to mind? Is it Stan Van Gundy or is it Eric Bledsoe?
Actually, it's David Griffin because I wish we would have just put together a different team, to be honest. And I felt like he fucking lied to me. I was believing that shit, Big Q.
Nah, no, bro.
Never bow down. Ain't nobody gonna punk us.
Well, Eric Bledsoe,
I believe that shit, man.
I believe it too, but Bledsoe punking himself. I mean, he has zero confidence.
Man, I feel so bad. I was in the offseason. Remember
we topsy-turvy like a mug. We got a passive-aggressive Zion. I mean, not Zion. Lonzo Ball. Some games, Lonzo put up 30 and almost a triple-double. The next game, he come back, put 7 points up, 8 rebounds.
I don't understand that, bro.
That's the epitome of inconsistency.
Get it, bro.
I just don't
that's
you're
the
gonna need
thing,
him,
bro.
DC. You're gonna need Zion, BI, and Lonzo Ball to be productive and playing at a high level to carry this team, bro. You can't, we've seen Zion and BI both combined for 50 or 60, 65 points combined sometimes, and still they lose the game.
Right.
You remember that? That's not supposed to happen.
That's not, man. But I mean, you can't have 2 guys on in your backcourt that's both inconsistent. Like when we got Bledsoe, I tried so hard to make it want to work. Remember, I was like, he could be a poor man's Drew Holiday. He couldn't even be that shit. I wasn't asking you to be Drew Holiday. I just wanted you to be a poor man Drew Holiday. Play defense. Give us about 15 points a game.
That man, even the poor man's Eric Bledsoe. He ain't crap, man. The dude is
he is Eric Bledsoe. Like
yeah, I know, but Eric he's garbage, man. Is what I'm trying to say. He's pathetic. I'm sorry to say that about Eric Bledsoe, but even the media saying is all his numbers are career failures for him. You obviously see he has zero confidence. I don't know why we keep marching him out there in the starting lineup. We need to do something else. I mean, my
I think
goodness.
we would have been better with
Put
what the guy
KLJ in there.
was. No, what the guy
Isaiah
was
Thomas,
George
George.
with the trade.
They ain't want that. They ain't want Bledsoe in the deal. That was the part of it, DC. That's why they took George Hill. George
George
Hill
been hurt. George Hill been hurt all year, and we would have been
and
way better.
I don't know, we would have been real
Would
better.
have been way better with him being hurt
Because at
than,
least
than
KLJ,
Eric Bledsoe, man.
because at least KLJ would have got the minutes necessary to develop. Bledsoe's
Right.
not going anywhere. He's not showing you anything. And then you get a few contests out of Bledsoe, and this ain't about a Bledsoe bash. It
Nah,
is
family. Eric Bledsoe is I can't put him and PJ Williams in the same boat. I think PJ might have a leg up on Eric Bledsoe.
Bledsoe does not want to be here, DC. His play is showing that. It's pathetic play, and his sticking point is supposed to be defense. And Eric Bledsoe falling down on the plays, he looks shitty. He out of position most of the times. He's watching as opposed to participating in games. You watch the footage tonight. It was shots when he was just standing around while Steph Curry, he was standing and watching. It was Curry's dipping and running to the hoop. I'm like, I know you're a shitty foul shooter. I know if anything, could you possibly make it a little bit hard on Steph Curry?
He's not bad at getting fouls.
But he ain't good at converting them.
He pump. That's his go-to offense. He gonna pump fake and jump into you. That's the number one offensive move he got in his bag.
And then go 1 for 2 at the foul line. Chief Bleeding Sword. That's that goddamn guy's name. I knew when he came, I said, you know what, man? Listen, bro. It's not all about it, but we can't have Lonzo Hill and Eric Bledsoe, our backcourt, looking this bad tonight. You can't do that. You can't. Lonzo Ball was told that he was not there tonight, offensively speaking. He had a few defensive plays that were decent. He was passing the ball actually pretty decent, but his offensive game was non-existent tonight. And it's so troubling to watch him tear it up one game, and then the next game, he just his production. We need Lonzo, Ingram, and Zion all playing at a high level to help carry this Pelicans team into the playoffs. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And DC, just in case you don't recognize it, you probably do. We still haven't solved the bench rotation. We still haven't solved that. We playing a bunch of people off the bench, but there is no continuity off the bench as well. Now he's saying we got guys here, guys here, guys here, guys here, but no solid 5 off the bench that can play together that have any real harmony together. We still have, we throwing a bunch of guys, but there's nothing there. And KLJ is just wasting away. Have you noticed that? KLJ is just like his production.
I don't think he played. I don't think he played. Did he even play tonight?
He played tonight.
He was non-existent tonight. He didn't do nothing.
That's what I'm saying. We got to be able to use him some kind of way, man. We in the later portion of the season, and still,
he having he had like a little shooting slump going on for a while, man. I know he had some games where he was taking some shots, but he wasn't really that efficient. So, I guess he's trying not to hurt the team. He does make pretty good decisions with the ball. One thing I can say about KLJ, which baffles my mind, why he never got more minutes. If you put him out there with your top offensive guys, he always looked good. Like when he played with BI and Zion and all that together, he always looked good. And he don't turn the ball over. Now, he a little light. So defense is a bit of a problem sometimes, but man, the way that dude get his feet there, he get where he's supposed to be. But by him being smaller, got a little problem there. And I think that's probably the problem on offense too, when he drive and miss a lot of shots in the lane. KLJ gonna be good, man. He got to get stronger, got to get some more weight, and he gonna be that dude, bro. But I love to see him get minutes, but Stan Van Gundy, he trusting the Bledsoe, bro. The chief got a good feather in Van Gundy's hat. Like I don't know what he did, bro. They must be doing some rain dances and peace pipes and shit in the bag or something, bro. I don't know. That's his guy, bro. We got to deal with it. And if he's still here next year, guess what, Q? We're going to have to deal with it some more. Hopefully, it could get a little better, though. I would hope. But they're not gonna trade Bledsoe until he at least start playing better, bro. I mean,
That's not
it is what it is, bro.
even if he start playing better, that's not gonna fool anybody. You will have to do an Amir Osik to get him out of here. You're gonna have to put a pick with him to trade him to get him up out of here for somebody to take him and absorb that contract. That's what would have to happen. And the Pelicans are not going to be the same looking team in terms of what they are going to free agency next year. I can see the Pelicans using some of those picks to see if they can get pros or more veteran related people in here.
That's what we need, man. As much as I like to see us draft talent, I don't think we need more talented young players. I think we
because how they going to develop
veteran
if
guys.
Stan Van Gundy ain't going to play him? I mean, KLJ, that's the perfect example. You drafting this guy, and then the whole thing is during the season they pick KLJ, and then when Stan Van Gundy was asked about KLJ and his involvement in the process, DC, remember what he said? How you feel about KLJ? Yeah, did you have anything to do with his selection? Oh, I ain't have nothing to do with that. Them guys, they picked him. I didn't know he didn't want the charge.
Bro, I told you, but Stan said, they came in the office and they started showing me these guys about drafting. I don't want nothing to do with that. I just started shaking. I said, damn.
Start shaking.
They went in there and asked him about guys who he would want to draft. And Stan said he started shaking.
Now, not on what world is that a logical response to you asking about draft picks to improve your team? And you get catching Caesars on the phone and all that.
Hey, you know one thing. One thing I can appreciate about Stan,
shaking like you seen a 3-eyed lizard monster or some shit up there. Players, no players.
Hey, the man is honest, bro, and he knows his limitations. Q. He went to Detroit, and he for some apparent reason he figured he wanted to have GM duties, and boy, did that shit sank. Lord,
that was a terrible experiment in Detroit.
He learned from that. That's why when they came in the office asking about drafting people,
shaking. That's not a lot.
I'm not doing that again.
That's what he had PTSD from being a general manager.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. Q. You're psychic. The man said he had PTSD.
We don't need him
from his messed up decisions in Detroit. He strictly wants to coach. That man don't want to have nothing to do with personnel decisions. He messed that up.
Well, but the problem is
he drafted Stanley Johnson, number 4?
Oh, that was terrible. Stanley Johnson. He took Stanley Johnson.
Yes.
4th overall.
It might not be 4th, but it was damn sure 5th or 6th. It was somewhere around there.
That's the truth,
took that
man.
boy in the top 10.
I see where that son bitch shaking. Anyway, man,
I got respect for a man who know what he do well and know what he don't do good, bro. I got respect for that. Man, sit here and want no parts of it, bro. And then a month later, he was, Kyra's great. He's awesome, man. He's so excellent, but I'm not gonna fucking play him.
My goodness, yeah, I ain't gonna play him now. I'm gonna play him only if somebody get hurt, but I'm gonna fall through the floor all the way to the 6th level of hell. Where Eric Bledsoe is my point guard, then KLJ or anybody else. But anyway, DC,
that's right, Melon, a guy shaking like a wet dog. You had to put wet dog.
Man, listen, the truth is this. The good thing about this loss is 2 things. Number 1, it's over. Number 2, it's a quick turnaround because we get to see this team tomorrow and we can get some revenge on them.
Will we? Because I don't think we saw the Pelicans tonight. I don't know who the hell these imposters was.
You got to see. It is very highly unlikely.
I saw Zion and some guys.
Well, I mean, we got to step up big time, man. We got to get this done. We can't lose 2 straight like we did to Portland. Remember, we went up there to Portland and lost 2 back-to-back games to Portland. Even though we beat that team, they collapsed in those games. They were never in this game. So the Pelicans got to get up off their ass. And they got to hammer this. They got to get this done. So ain't no doubt about it, man. We got to get this done. Bottom line. So I mean, we're gonna see how it goes. Let me put that schedule back up on the screen one more time before we dirk out on here. Golden State tomorrow. Then you get a couple of days off and you get ready for a Friday matchup with Philly at Philly, Charlotte at Charlotte 2 days later, 2 days after. Well, actually, back to back game. DC, that is next Sunday, Charlotte, and then Monday, Memphis. Then you get a couple days off for Dallas, a couple days off for Golden State. Then they come back home a couple days later to conclude the season. 5 games on the road. Pelicans have not been that good on the road. This will come down to the nitty gritty. It really will. So, I mean, how do they respond? Can we bust the Golden State Warriors' ass, get a quality win, carry that into the road against a tough Philly club? An upstart Charlotte club with LaMelo back that showed off Lonzo when they played the first time. Memphis is sitting ahead of you and starting to play a little bit better. Dallas has lit up since then. And then you got Golden State again and then the Lakers. So, I mean, this is something that we've got to do. We've got to win. And people saying, family members saying, they have already turned in their Pelican cards for the season. They've already put it on the lottery. A lot of people done said, we're going to the lottery, lottery. It's not over till it's over, family. We still got 7 games to go. So anything can happen in these games. A fire can be lit up under their ass. You don't know. Just don't count them out yet. I'm not going to count this team out until the season is over because I know how shit can turn on its head real quick and people can catch fire and start playing a lot better.
They did it last year, man. I mean, the Pelicans were pretty much going to make the playoffs before they created the play-in tournament and they ended the season. I don't know if people remember the Pelicans were on a bit of a high, man. They started winning some games. I think they had probably a 5 or 6 game win streak. Like they started doing some things. They started figuring some stuff out. They still was letting people score their ass off, but they was outscoring them at least. So, I mean, you don't know, man. We beat Philly last time we played them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's impossible for us to beat Golden State. You know what I'm saying? We could have won that Charlotte game, but we basically choked and let it go. We own Memphis. Dallas is Dallas and Golden State are the 2 toughest matchups because we got to play Golden State so many times. I don't know if we've ever beaten Dallas with this new team that we have, if I'm not mistaken. And the Lakers, I mean, who knows, man? I mean, we might get a blessing with the Lakers with them sitting people out. LeBron, his ankle is still sore and all of that. They got all type of stuff going on with LA. Dennis Schroeder is out 14 days. So he might still be gone for basically the rest of the season. I don't know how that's going to work. But we just got to let it play out and see, man. I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures. Zion obviously wants to get into playing. And VB Saints Pels lady, no, I don't think that they're playing bad because Zion getting all that attention. If that was the case, then they wouldn't be so damn inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't see them try to light up the good teams that we know they're not supposed to beat and then just fall on their face against a Minnesota or something. They're extremely inconsistent, man. It's a lack of focus, a lack of mental preparation, and just a lack of want to at times, man. Sometimes I see them trying, but it's like they're almost happy with trying, and they ain't not worrying about the fact that they lost. He said I'm delusional. That was the Pels. Wait, hold up. BQ, you're delusional. In my Jim Mora voice, playoffs. You're going to no playoffs. We're not going to no play-in either. Lottery, and they are playing bad as hell. Well, we know they could be over 500, and Willie, you gonna come in here and say the same thing, bro?
Willie be hating, bro. My dog
I ain't
Willie
never see. I ain't seen Willie say nothing positive
Right.
until we talked about
Name me
people named Willie being good. That was
name me 3 people that Willie actually gave big love to. Willie throw the haterade like they do the. It really dumps the big old gallon of haterade over the coach's head, like they celebrate and put Gatorade on top of the coach or the good player's head. Willie dumps haterade on top of everybody. Damn it. 3 players Willie said something good about for the Pelicans.
Who are the 3 players?
I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know. Willie hates on the entire nation.
All right, I'm gonna give him Zion. I'm gonna say he gotta say something good about Zion. Who's the other 2?
I don't know. Willie.
Anybody can name in the chat 2 more players that Willie like that actually play for the Pelicans.
I mean, Willie got the team in the lottery, and I'm telling Willie, bro, listen, You've got 7 games left, man. It's not over till it's over. If
You
anything,
delusional, Big Q.
they say I'm delusional for saying that it's 7 games left and it ain't over till it's over. I'm saying that anything could happen. That's nothing. You see it all the time.
Willie got way more than a year supply of haterade. Willie has had haterade since I've ever known him. He was born with a haterade in the crib. He been preparing that.
I gotta tell you, Willie is the equal opportunity hater. I mean, he hates on everybody. He don't differentiate between the people that he hate on. Well,
We're gonna have to give Willie an invitation to the player haters ball that Dave Chappelle used to do. We got to get Willie up in that thing, man. He might take the crown, dog. For real.
He says BI is hot garbage, man. I hear you, Willie.
BI not hot garbage, man. I mean, BI is above average player. I heard you. I seen you in the chat talking about he average. BI not average, but he definitely not playing up to his capabilities, and he not playing up to that 150 million. I agree with you on that. But dude, not garbage, man. You don't shoot 50% from the field, 40% from the 3-point line, and 87% from the foul line and be garbage, man. Garbage people can't do that. Shit, average players can't even do that. Julio, at this point, I'm with DC. Let's get Cam Reddish. Boy, somebody always putting them radishes in the gumbo, bro. I swear.
You the man one now. You
time,
complain about it. You the one brung all that shit up. Now you won't complain about it?
Man, that was you beating that dead horse, bro. I mentioned Cam Reddish a couple of times in the offseason. Now you say I talked about him every week for the entirety of the season, according to Big Q.
No, it ain't just Big Q. I ain't the only one here listening to you, brother. You might not be hearing yourself saying it, but you talked about Cam Reddish a lot more than twice in the past year, bro. You kept talking about trying to trade BI to get him.
When the hell did I ever say let's trade BI for Cam Reddish? Come on, Big Q. I ain't never said that.
Now you backing off Cam Reddish? The check stop?
I never said let's trade Cam Reddish for BI. I never said that.
Willie says Cam Reddish is garbage. Isn't that a surprise?
Who good, Willie? He go LeBron and KD and Steph Curry.
You'll say KD garbage and LeBron garbage. Willie don't like nobody, bro. Willie like the little angry kid in the corner. You garbage. That's what Willie do. But anyway, man, we're going to press out on that. Emmett says, I don't understand why we don't pressure the ball at the top of the key. Draymond passes to Curry, and those back screens wouldn't be so easy if we pressure the ball at the top of the key. That's a good point. Because like I said about tonight, Draymond had 15 assists tonight? Or something like that?
I think it was like 13.
Ridiculous, man.
They wasn't on one accord, man, to me to be able to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They looked discombobulated and they was just running around all over the place. Like they didn't really have a plan or a scheme on how they doing.
Well, all I can say is at the end of the day is that we got to do all we can. There's 7 more games remaining in the season. The Pelican post-game report is not going to come up here and say, family, I got an announcement to make. The Pelican post-game report will no longer be broadcasted for the rest of the season. See your ass for the draft. We're not going to do that. We're going to be here to the very last moment, and that's how it goes. That's how you're supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to be here because you don't know what's going to happen. This shit could turn around. You never know. It'll be difficult to see, but like I said, you never know. I've seen a lot of stuff in sports happen where teams were losing, and then all of a sudden they turn it on and start all kind of shit start happening. So you never know what it takes to make the light go on. We'll see whether they bomb out or whether they succeed. We'll be here to the very last moment to make sure we witness it happening, whether it's good or bad. You know, you'll never hear Big Q come up here and say, got an announcement to make. Big Q in the Pelican post-game report is not going to be here for the rest of the damn season. What kind of crap is that? You know? I mean, that don't make no sense. So anyway, we're going to check out on that. DC, you got the phrase that pays, brother?
Big Q, you better get out of here. Flock the Pelicans today. You better get out of here. All of y'all, get out the chat. You better get out of here.
You sound like Edith from Archie Bunker, DC. That don't sound like Miss Gail, bro.
Well, you need to call Miss Gail up, man. We need her to get her to come in here. I try to
She
do my
mad, bro.
impersonation.
She
Yeah,
mad, bro.
she hot, bro. But just cause Miss Gail hot, I don't mean nothing. We ride or die here. We flying low right now. You know, we rather like to fly a little higher. But when they roll up on you, talking about your Pelicans, talking about they trash and BI average, dumping haterade
Garbage.
everywhere.
No, he ain't average. She garbage.
He
That's what
garbage.
Willie says. Willie said the man garbage, bro.
But anyway, when they come up you talking all that nonsense, you look at them dead in their eyes and you tell them to get the flock out of here and go flock yourself. Then they gonna walk off. But it ain't over.
Take that, Willie. Take that, Willie. All right, family. With that being said, please feel free to hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the Pelican Post Game Report. And DC, once again, even though it's a tough loss, we'll be back tomorrow, family, with the back-to-back matchup of Golden State with the Pelicans. We got to get this one. We got to blast their ass into oblivion tomorrow. So we gonna take care of business. I really do think so. So with that being said, thank y'all for chiming in on this installment of the Coma. DC, I'm gonna peep you later, bro. Good show, and we'll see you tomorrow, bro. And the rest of y'all, we'll see you tomorrow as well.
Peace out,
Go
flockers.
Pelicans.